Welcome to the Calculus 3, which is based on the Openstax free calculus book that you can download. I have the link below in my video description below. And I'm using an older version because OpenStax sometimes update their textbooks, and when they do, then you can't get it anymore, and then the new one doesn't match my video. So as a result, I decided to just put it in some website so that in Google Drive, so that you can download it yourself. And it doesn't matter when so that as long as this video, I haven't updated my video yet, you still have the suitable book for my video course. This is a course to teach Calculus 3, and today we're going to talk about Chapter 1. Chapter 1 happens to be identical to the last chapter of Calculus 2. So because of that, I'm not going to repeat it, and I will ask you, if you need that information because you haven't covered it yet, please go over the last chapter of Calculus 2, which I also uploaded on my channel. And in fact, I just finished uploading the last video today. So therefore, we're going to move on to Chapter 2, but before that, I want to tell you how to succeed in my video course. And the success is by the principle, the optimum principle. The optimum principle means that you need to study not too hard, but not too little. Like this, the bell curve. Okay, here's the bell curve of how hard you're working, right? Now this is when you're lazy and you don't do much. Here's lazy, and here's where you are. This is called greedy. Here's where you're greedy and studying too much. This is the optimum, and that's what I want you to strive for. OPTIMUM. That is the best place to be. That is, you're not too much, not working too hard, not working too little. Okay. Now the greedy is often praised in the society, especially my society, the Asian society, where you're taught to be hardworking, right? Diligent, conscientious. You need to push yourself. You need to be above all else. Okay, you need to be on the top. That's how I was brought up. But this is a bad idea. The reason is because you have gone too far, and you're going to crash sooner or later if you do this. And a demonstration of the story, of course, is the rabbit, the hare, and the tortoise and the hare. We know how the story goes. The tortoise was slow. It wasn't lazy, but it was slow, right? And lazy is also called slow. The tortoise was slow, but it was able to keep going, whereas the hare was racing fast and wore itself out and had to pass out in the middle of the race and couldn't keep going. And then as a result, the tortoise won. So then, and that's the point that you need to bear in mind, is that what you need to strive for is the optimum. Another example will be Hermione. In, I think, book 3 or so of the Harry Potter series, Hermione, who is the top student, decided that she's going to play the greedy game. Okay, which is called hardworking, conscientious, all that stuff. So Hermione decided to take double load of what everybody else is studying. And that is practically impossible because 2 classes might be happening at the same time. So what she does is she got the time turner, which allowed her to travel back to in time, so that she can, after she finishes one class, she travel back to in time to do the other class. And so what happened to Hermione in the book is that even she is the best student, right? She knows everything. She sounds like she swallowed the book. That's how the author describes Hermione. And so then she is doing fantastic, but when she was doing the double load, she began to be irritable. Okay, she was tired. She didn't get enough sleep. Sometimes she would do homework by opening 3-4 textbooks at the same time, trying to get it all done. And eventually, she passed out and forgot to go back to take her other class. And anyway, she just crashed. Okay, just like the hare. And as a result, at the end of that school year, she quit the class, gave the time turner back, and never did it again. All right, and that is an excellent example of what happens when you're greedy. You have gone too far. What you want to strive for is always, see, that's the highest point. You need to strive for optimum. And that's very important for my class because this is a video course. A video course means that you have, I'm not there to talk to you, right? I'm only talking to a camera, and you're listening to me, and I can't make you less greedy, and I can't make you move this way or move that way. You have to strive for the middle yourself. And what is the middle? The middle is depending on individually. It depends on your circumstances, like what other responsibilities you have, what is your health condition, and also what circumstances happen in your life. For example, your optimum might be, say, to study 4 hours a day, or to study 3 hours a week. That is an hour 3 times a week, which is how it's done in the universities, not counting homework time. But in any way, you have to figure out for yourself individually what is your optimum time. And once you've done that, do not worry about, oh no, then I can't get it done by Christmas, or I can't get it done in time for my brother-in-law's birthday so I can impress him that I know Calculus 3. And do not even think about any of that. You only think about one thing. What is your optimum? Okay, and also another thing is that optimum isn't fixed. It's not set in stone. Your optimum might change. For example, let's say you have a new baby. Suddenly, you might have to stop the course completely until your baby learned how to sleep through the night. That sort of thing, right? Or if you entered retirement, you got all kinds of time. So your optimum might go from an hour a day to 4 hours a day. Now, for me, it takes me an average about 6 hours a day to prepare my videos, and I feel good about that. It just is something that works out for me. Anyway, but that's just me. There's no reason for you to do 6 hours a day if it doesn't work for you. In fact, and the other side is true too. Maybe you're better off doing 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day. I mean, that's because that's your optimum. See, what's optimum for you might be lazy for somebody else, or it might be greedy for somebody else. Everybody's different. So do not compare yourself to somebody else, because, if you really want to compare yourself, why don't you compare yourself to Isaac Newton, who invented this stuff, okay? He didn't have to take any class. He came up with this himself. I mean, how cool is that? But I myself do not compare. I don't compare myself to Isaac Newton, of course. I mean, Isaac Newton is one of the greatest mathematicians and physicists and all that stuff. But we're not trying to compare ourselves. We're just trying to have fun. This is a class is called math. This is a math as a hobby channel, and so this class is basically calculus as a hobby, okay? And yes, do I think can anybody really study calculus as a hobby? I believe you can. That is just nowadays we have YouTube, and I think using a video to teach calculus, it will make it a lot more fun and a lot more relaxing, and be able to use it as a hobby that maybe in the past, without all these technology, that's not really possible. And you have to be, some Isaac Newton or something to come up with this stuff. But nowadays, we have the free book from Openstax, which I'm very thankful to them to come up with that, and then which enable me to make these videos. And then you can learn calculus comfortably when you feel like it. But the goal, remember, for this class, this is different from a university course in that you need to reach for optimum. Okay, optimum is the key. Or put it another way, it's like Goldilocks, right? Goldilocks, what does the Goldilocks story say? Goldilocks slept in Papa Bear's bed, it was too hard, okay, like this. Then she slept in Mama Bear's bed, and it was too soft. And finally, she slept in Baby Bear's bed, and it was just right. And that's what I want you to strive for.